Imagine someone starting as a funny YouTuber and then becoming a big pop star. That's Joji. In today's crowded music scene, Joji shines brightly. His voice is like pure magic. But what makes him special is his journey, from making people laugh to touching hearts with his music. He mixes sad tunes with words that might sometimes make you feel uneasy. So who is Joji really? What's the secret behind his special music? Let's dive in and find out. George Kusunoki Miller, aka Joji, grew up in Japan until he was 18. His time there inspires his music a lot. He talks about living in Japan as a kid and says it's a big reason why he makes music. He lived in Osaka, a city near the ocean and surrounded by mountains. You can feel that peacefulness in his songs. Even though his music can be sad, it still feels calm and dreamy. Joji doesn't just sing, he produces his own music as well. He learned to play lots of instruments when he was young, like the piano and guitar. He didn't get super good at any of them, but it helped him make music later on. In Japan, Joji learned how to use a program called GarageBand. It's like a virtual studio for making music. Even now, he still uses it to make his songs. So, from playing in rice fields to tinkering with digital tunes, Joji's journey shows that you can make beautiful things with just a little bit of creativity. Joji went to the Canadian Academy, a school in Kobe, Japan. He finished school there in 2012. When he was 18, he left Japan and went to the United States. After that, he got interested in lo-fi hip-hop online. Lo-fi is a type of music that's really chill and relaxed. But there was a problem with it. Many songs sounded the same, like they were copies of each other. But then Joji came along and changed things up. His music wasn't like the others. Songs like Medicine and Tom were special. They didn't just play in the background, they made you feel things. You can hear Joji's talent shining through in those early songs. But at the same time, he was still figuring things out, how to sing just right, how to make the music sound perfect. Yet, people still adore those tunes from the beginning of his journey. They're not just good, they also bring back memories. While Joji was becoming a music sensation, he was also a big deal on YouTube. He had a comedy channel where he played different characters, like Filthy Frank and Pink Guy. The videos? Well, let's just say they were wild. Joji started his journey on YouTube with his channel, Disaster Music. He made funny videos there, like sketches and comedy bits. But things really took off when he came up with the character Filthy Frank in 2012. Filthy Frank was like the opposite of a typical YouTuber. He was wild and out there. Before Filthy Frank, Joji posted his first video on June 19, 2008, showing Lil Jon falling off a table. But once Filthy Frank came into the picture, the channel blew up. By October 2021, Disaster Music had over 1 million subscribers and 177 million views. However, in August 2014, Miller made a big announcement on Disaster Music. He said he wouldn't be posting there anymore because of copyright and community issues. Instead, he created a new channel called TV Filthy Frank, where he'd continue to share Filthy Frank content. Joji's channel, TV Filthy Frank, had a bunch of different shows like Food, Japanese 101, Wild Games, and Loser Reads Hater Comments. But wait, there's more. Miller also made a third channel called Too Damn Filthy on July 1st, 2014. On this channel, he had two series, Japanese 101, which was also on his main channel, and Cringe of the Week, which people usually called COTW. At some point, Joji decided he didn't want to be remembered only for his comedy personas like Filthy Frank and Pink Guy. Even though many people loved those characters and his funny rap songs, he believed he had more to offer as an artist. So, he made a big decision to step into a new chapter of his career. When Joji stopped making Filthy Frank and Pink Guy videos and songs, he explained that it was because of the stress it caused him. Being in the spotlight all the time and constantly filming took a toll on his health. In September 2018, during an interview on BBC Radio 1, Miller explained that he had to stop making comedy because of his health. But just a month after saying goodbye to Filthy Frank for good, Joji surprised everyone by announcing his first official project as Joji In Tongues. In Tongues is a special song for Joji. Even though it's not super polished like his later stuff, and his singing is raw, There's something really powerful about it. It's like Joji left his old self behind and became someone new. The song has this intense and emotional vibe that shows Joji's journey of moving on from his past and starting over. It did so well because Joji made sure it looked just as good as it sounded. Back then, when people talked about YouTuber music, they usually meant something else entirely. But Joji changed that. He gave In Tongues a whole vibe of its own. Just a few months before Joji released Will He and Demons, other YouTubers like Jake Paul and Rice Gum were making a lot of money with some really bad songs. Joji knew he had to work hard to stand out and not get lumped in with them. Joji's visuals for In Tongues helped a lot. They made people take him seriously. Instead of just seeing him as another YouTuber making sad songs for attention, they saw him differently. When Will He came out with Joji lying in a bathtub full of blood, and Demons had a strange video with a monster in an empty swimming pool, it wasn't just well made. It was mysterious, strange, and creepy. It didn't feel like Joji was just doing music because everyone else was. It felt fresh, unexpected, and totally different. The In Tongues EP has some really great songs that all have a similar feel. Will He is a sad song with gentle piano tunes that make you feel a bit down. World Star Money has a nice ukulele sound, and Joji sings really openly, especially when he hits those high notes. Not every song on this EP is amazing. Some might sound a bit old-fashioned, or too much like the lo-fi beats from back in 2017. But they all have this heavy feeling of sadness that's become Joji's style. Even though In Tongues didn't hit the top of the charts, it got a ton of streams over the next few years. Some songs have millions and millions of streams. Joji was quickly showing that he's not just a YouTuber trying out music. He's a real musician, and he was getting fans who didn't even know he used to be on YouTube. After In Tongues, Joji quickly dropped his first studio album, Ballads 1, just 11 months later. Even though it's his debut album, it includes one of his biggest hits ever, Slow Dancing in the Dark, which went 5 times platinum. This song proved Joji could be a huge star beyond the internet jokes that made him famous. Ballads 1 is like a polished version of the emotional, melodic tunes we loved from SoundCloud back then. With features from artists like Trippie Redd and collaborations with producers like Clams Casino, it's a true tribute to that lo-fi sound of the past. And what's cool is it's held up well over time, unlike other projects from that era. Ballads 1 was a pivotal moment for Joji. Despite being predominantly self-produced on GarageBand, the album showcased an impressive catchiness in its song structure, melodies, hooks, and lyrics. This contributed significantly to its commercial success, despite its minimalist sound. While Joji's production style on the album might be evident, tracks like Attention, Come Through, R.I.P., and I'll See You in 40 demonstrate a depth and complexity in their production that belies their simplistic origins. These songs are emotionally resonant and powerful, contributing to the album's allure. Some tracks may not linger in the listener's memory as strongly as others, suggesting areas where Joji was still finding his footing as an artist. Nonetheless, Ballads 1 achieved a great success, generating billions of streams and propelling Joji into the mainstream as a pop singer. The album's standout hit, Slow Dancing in the Dark, further solidified his status as a household name. Joji's second album, Nectar, was a big step up from his earlier work. Right from the start with the song You can tell it's something special. As you listen through the album, songs like Modus keep impressing you. They show Joji's talent in a whole new light. The music in Nectar is just beautiful. Tracks like You Do, Sanctuary, Run, Gimme Love, and Daylight are standouts. They make you feel something deep inside. One thing to notice is that Nectar is less sad than Joji's earlier music. It's more poppy and easy to listen to, but it still has that emotional punch. On June 10th, 2022, Joji dropped his single Glimpse of Us. It hit number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Then, on August 26th, he released another single called Yukon Interlude. Glimpse of Us did even better than Joji's last big song, Slow Dancing in the Dark. Why is Glimpse of Us so popular? It's because it's a really beautiful pop song. It's one of the best songs we've heard in the last 5 years. It's a mix of all the different sounds Joji has tried over the years. It's sad and touching, with lyrics that hit you hard and a really emotional delivery. Finally, on November 4th, Joji launched his album Smithereens, which included the single Die For You. To spread the word about the album, Joji toured North America from September 2022 to 2023. Smithereens is filled with simple, dreamy, piano-based music in songs like Die For You, 1 AM Freestyle, and Dissolve. When you listen to this album, you can really hear how much Joji has improved since he started. His voice has gotten so much better over time. But some of the electronic-style songs on Smithereens aren't as memorable compared to the amazing ballads. In February 2023, Joji sang his songs in Australia at the Laneway Festival. Then, on June 6, 2023, he told fans about his Pandemonium tour in North America. Later on, he announced more tour dates for Australia, New Zealand, and Asia. Joji's music is huge, with almost 700 million listens on Spotify alone. Despite his low-key vibe, he's one of Spotify's top artists. Starting from making memes on YouTube, Joji has become one of the most successful pop singers of his time and one of the most successful Asian musicians in Western markets.